Ghana is not a poor country. We are only but a poorly managed country. To start with, areas I have for us to eat Ghana is EAT, let's eat from Ghana. Extractives, the gold, diamond, whatever minerals that God gave to us, right from digging the gold to adding value to it, let us be present. And then when you go to agriculture, when I say agriculture, I'm not talking about a jacoku, and with all due respect to our farmers today, the best farmer in Ghana, when I went to Kenya, when I look at the hectare the best farmer in Ghana is doing, then I was like, ugh. Then the last one is tourism.
Okay.
Look, for tourism, I cry and cringe, I get worried. Egypt thrives on tourism. During Corona, the economy of Egypt nearly collapsed. What's it all about?
The people's voice, development policy, and the power of communication. That's what we are calling this episode of Oil Fields of Alkebulan. Today, in our humble studio, we have Mr. Geoffrey Kabutey Ocansey, who is the Executive Director of Revenue Mobilization Africa. He is a development communicator and a policy advocate. Why do we have Mr. Geoffrey Kabutey Ocansey with everything that he does? Why do we have him in our studio today? So, he is a prominent communicator. He's a gender advocate as well, social reformer whose work has shaped a lot of developments in this country, narrative in this country. And Geoffrey, for us, clarifies what we need as a continent. That's the most important issues in revenue mobilization. What are we doing with our resources? What are we gaining from our resources? How are we, what is the base of our economic foundations, and how are we moving forward economically as a people of this nation and as a people of this continent? He has a great deal of experience as far as that conversation is concerned, and so we would want to get into it and speak with him. So you're welcome, Mr. Kabutey Ocansey.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, I know that I actually love listening to your inputs on radio, on TV, on the various platforms that you have been on, and as a development communications specialist who delves into all sorts, would you say that there is an important bridge between communication, policy, and citizens? I mean, what is the link between communication, policy, and the citizenry of a nation?
Well, you actually have a social contract with the people. You've agreed with them that you're going to be doing A, B, C, D for them. And so there are policies guiding the development agenda that you have set. If, for example, you said we're going to give them X number of schools under education, there's a policy that guides education delivery. You go by that. The economic development you have promised them, there's an economic policy that you have to go by. So if you were doing that, you need to actually make it participatory. The participatory communication approach should be adopted so that whatever you are doing, you plan with them. Participation doesn't mean you are sitting all through with them and they are going to be working in your office with you, but it means that you keep them posted on what you are doing. At the planning stage, you involve them. No matter their level of education, let them be in the process, let them feel a part of the process. Let me give you an example of one economic policy that was adopted and it backfired, like the e-levy. The poor communication was one major shortfall of the e-levy policy. They didn't even get feedback from the people. Even the momo operators that they were looking down on had a lot of information for them that look, if you were to do this, our people that we're doing business with would run away from the platform.
For our listeners and those who are watching us from other parts of Africa and other parts of the world who don't know what the e-levy is, it's a Ghanaian policy.
Right.
Can you explain the e-levy so that we can carry them along?
It was a token that government wanted to charge on our more like a form of the communication tax.
That's the Ghanaian government.
Yes, electronic levy that they were charging for transactions on the mobile money wallet. So, for example, the system was actually choked already. People were like, look, if you were to apply, we're having the communication service tax already, and you wanted to bring another charge on it. So the people were like, look, you didn't even discuss this with us. It was going to be also a double taxation in their minds. But government didn't listen. So at the end of the day, the operators, those who were the Momo operators themselves, did not agree. Their customers, citizens who were using the platform were not also in agreement. And experts and researchers like myself and my senior colleagues were like, this is a wrong one. You cannot go like this. I mean, people will not agree. They will leave the platform. And even the communication service tax that you were getting, you might not hit the target again, because if there were 2,000 people on that platform, you were getting to charge them 1 cedi by the communication service tax. You were making some points. But if you were to do this one, then the 1,000 of them, some of them will leave the platform, and the either of you are coming to charge, you will not hit the target. But they didn't listen. But I think later on they tried to do something around the communication when they went around. They automatically agreed to do something, and then they started going around with they did some town hall meetings. But it's still, I mean, it's a savage situation to some extent, but it didn't work for them. I think these are the things that it points clearly that if you were doing anything, you need to involve the people. I'm sure most of the government policies that you've heard about, if some of them that were not successful, if they had actually involved the people, and people had even relayed information to them, they would have satisfied the people's, quest, and then they would have done a better job. So communications are the heart of everything you do in development. And when we say communication and engagement, it should be a back and forth affair. You don't just inform people. You sit them in a town hall meeting or wherever they are having their meetings, you can interject and give them the information. They give you feedback, and then you have your way. But not as if you just gather them one afternoon and then you point information to them and you expect that you can have your way. So yes, as a development communicator, I think that's one of the areas that we need to look at every day.
It's interesting how we just zoomed into it and we delved right into what you do. But I want for a more laid-back approach to this conversation.
Right.
I want for our those who are our viewers and listeners to get to know you, Geoffrey Kabutey Ocansey. You've built a career around involvement, which is what we just spoke about.
Right.
Involving the people in policy, involving the people in governance, career around change and change management, and bringing the youth along, and that is what your essence in as far as the career path is concerned. Tell us, bring us from that place where it all started from for you, even before we get more into the nitty-gritties of.
My personal belief is inclusivity, ensuring that people are involved in whatever you do, even in the house, right from the homes to the job sites, to the national level, to the community level. Every other thing you are doing, there'll be levels of involvement, but you need to involve people in the process. Even your children, sometimes you want to buy some things for them, you actually ask them what they want. Even if it's for the family, you can even decide with the kids, look, we have two options. It's either we take pizza or we hold on to the pizza and I'll buy you the toy at the end of the month. So, this is how you take decisions. This is how lighter it becomes. So I am one person that believes that in everything else you have to involve people in your decision making. Let me take it on a lighter note. Even God creating the world, His whole powers, He actually consulted some of the men I mean, Sodom and Gomorrah was going wrong. He consulted somebody before he destroyed that place. So in his powers, he didn't take decisions solitarily. He engaged people when he was even worried. He was angry. He had to consult men. The omnipotent, the all-powerful, and that's how I see communication as powerful again. Even in the beginning, he used communication to create the world. Let there be this, and there was that. So he's a powerful person, but he still used communication, and he communicated to his people. So at every point in time, no matter how powerful you are, it is key and important for you to let your followers and your following know what you want to do at what time, how it affects them, and how they have to relate to it. Some of the decisions you will take maybe will not sit well with them, but at the end of the day, they have to sit their minds to where you are. Think about it. They have a position, they will tell you. They accept it wholeheartedly, they will tell you. But at every point in time, if you tell the people, they digress around it, they agree with you, and all of you, look, I've told you, not every decision will benefit everybody. But at some point in time, the most important thing is people should be informed about what decisions you are taking about them. So that's where I belong to. I believe in inclusivity, participatory approaches. And when you have done that, even in the home, in the society, at work, people get to accept what you have done, and they feel a part of it. It develops ownership. Okay, so people tend to own it all together, and then that's the next level and finishing point will be sustainability. So for example, if you were coming to actually decide for a community what you thought they should get, and you decided with them, you thought maybe you didn't see water pump there. So you go you wanted to give them water. But they can come out and tell you, well, at this place, the water, we go and fetch it from the stream. We are okay with that. The most pressing one right now, as we speak with you, is a community center where we'll meet and discuss and have our weekly meetings, and maybe cinema. We'll come and show our TV or something. That's what we need right now. If you consulted them, that's what they needed. So if you don't consult them and you go ahead and then just go and get a borehole for them, you might not have. There was a community. I think people were wanting a community center, and somebody thought maybe they needed a borehole. But you know what? They didn't need a borehole. And some of the youth over there, they go to the farm. They're always busy all around the clock. The only time they get to socialize is when they walk a distance to go and fetch water in the morning or late afternoon. So they did not really need that one. For them, they don't need a borehole so close. It was going to spoil their socialization time. So what the pressing one was to get a community center where they will meet and have meetings and cultural displays. So just engage them. If you engage them, you get their support. And when the projects are running, they tend to own it. The ownership is developed amongst them. And then the sustainability at the end of the day. So just engage them. I mean, for me, that's where my school of belonging, that you should always involve people in the decisions and the projects, and it's right from planning, implementation, and then the next level is sustaining the project.
What do you think about the youth, the young people of this generation, Generation Z? Let me be
what
specific.
They call it the Gen Z today.
Then Gen Zs. Right. I have a friend who would always say Gen Z people. What do you think that they? Do you think they are vocal enough? Do you think that they are the kind of people who are even interested in the specifics of governance, in the specifics of policies? Do you think they are there? I'm asking this because there is an opinion by many that they don't really care. Whatever comes to them, comes to them. From your work, you advocate for people to be brought along, involved in making these decisions in policies, in governance. Have you observed them closely, and what can you tell us about that generation?
Let's notice one thing about this country and this continent. We have a youthful population, and Africa has a young population. So anytime you are going to do anything in this part of our world, Africa, and if you are narrowing down to country Ghana, note that you are dealing with a young population, a very youthful one. So leaving them behind is leaving a large group of people behind. And let me tell you that the young people are the ones who drive the economy. as in they are the next potential, and then are part of a world where informal sectors thrive. These are they also play a lot of game in there. You have people. Let's look at the age brackets for young people, the youth in Africa. You're looking at between 15 to 35 years. And that's a group that you cannot leave behind. These are the young people in the informal sector who are actually working. You go to the construction sites, any part of the economy, they are actively working over there. So you cannot leave them behind. And they are very interested. Just that their kind of interest is not like yesterday's interest. There's an evolution. Everything they are doing right now is on the phone. Majority of the times they are on the phone doing something. So, and that has nothing to do with their literacy or illiteracy. Don't beat it down. Some of the guys, with much respect to the gentleman at the tiptoe learning circle, some of them might not have sat the classroom for long as you have done, but don't try them with technology.
Okay.
They'll let you know another lesson in life. They have all the knowledge about it.
Okay.
They know how to use the phones. They know how it works. They even fix the phones. And so they are there. This is the generation I'm talking to you about. You go to the secondary schools, the literate ones too. Just that you need to know where the interest is by engaging them. So it's not automatic. You don't feed them to follow you. Okay. You need to feed them what they want for them to follow you. Some time ago, people took decisions and imposed on people the top-down approach. Now it's a mix of the both. Okay. You know, so it's a multi-system where they have interests. They can just keep watching you. If you decide to come and lump things on them, they'll just watch you. When you're done, you go. And they do other things on the phone. So they're somewhere. You have to find them, but they're somewhere. And if you do things that they love, they're so much in love with music. They're so much in love with some of the things, skills, building things, like this kind technology. In the IT world, they have so much interest there. And some of your jobs you are doing here, podcast jobs and things like that, they're interested.
So if you're ready to meet them at the point of their interest, you can have them.
Yes, you need to engage them on the various platforms that they are meeting. So some of them, they want to do some skills jobs in robotics. Some of them want to they are very creative. Some of them want to go into music, arts and culture. They just want to do a lot of things. You need to create the opportunity and let them be aware of the opportunity. You see, there should always be a link in where you meet them. Okay. If it's at church, you know what programs you do to get them there. If it's actually at the cultural center in the community, at the local level, you should know when to meet them. You just don't have to go and push things down their throats. Get some of them to be part of the process, and then so that you can tailor things to their interest and their quest. Get the experts, yes. Get the duty bearers, yes. Okay. But also get the young ones to be there, present. Ironically, I've gone to workshops, and when we get there, we're talking about things that involve the youth or is about the youth, and there's no youth rep on the board. And that's pathetic. That happens a lot. I mean, you're a gender advocate as well. You know, that also happens where discussions have been held on women's health. And there's absolutely no woman in the room where the meeting is being held, you know. It's pathetic. I mean, so there are a few things I tell people. You need to be deliberate. If you are deliberate about some of the things we do in life, you get answers that you want. Like for the young people you've spoken about, these are very active, smart young ones. Both literate and illiterate, as you want to call them. I like to call them out of school and in school. Okay. The out of school ones and the in school ones, they all converge at one point. They want to do something. Sometimes I hear people say skilled and unskilled labor. What do you call it unskilled labor? I mean, you better call it formal and informal. Because some of the gentlemen who are sitting at circle who didn't learn in the classroom how to fix phones, you want to call them unskilled? No, that's informal. But they learned it in 3 months. People have been able to learn how to fix a phone, and you want to look down on them? I mean, people who are fixing phones with all your university degrees, respect to you. You go there, you have no idea, maybe sometimes, you have no clue what's happening with the phone. And they just, in 10 seconds, 20 seconds, they can tell you where the problem is, detect the problem for you and fix it. And they'll just get about 15 minutes to fix something you saw very complex, sometimes an hour or a day, but still they fix it. So I think with our young people, one of the things we should do is to find a way, whether formal or informal, to impact some training capacity building into them.
Okay.
When we have done, create environments to transition them. Like they should have opportunities of internships, and then they can copy and learn from the field practically. And when they have done that, if we're able to create industrial parks so that they can have opportunity to use machines in groups. For example, if you were to go and learn how to fix, let's say, phones, maybe you will not have the money to buy all the tools you need. But if you are in a group of 8 or 10, and you can all use the tool at the same time, when you get to tiptoe in a circle, about 10 or 12 or 20 of them are by the table using one machine or 2 or 3 at the same time. So that's what you can do for them at the industrial parks. And then after 2 or 3 years, you transition them in another model where they can now go and own their own shop. While in the industrial park, you teach them bookkeeping, basic things like bookkeeping. You teach them how to manage their books and how to be preparing to pay taxes. And so at that industrial incubator system, you groom the youth. And I'm telling you, once you have done that for the many youths in this country, skills training and building them, you'll be so sure that you have given talents to young people who are ready to make it happen. In some areas that I've introduced people to look at are the EAT project, extractive, agriculture, and tourism.
Okay.
You go to some countries, young people will teach you everything, everywhere you want to go, what you want to do. These are skills you can build for them to thrive our tourism, agriculture. I need to see people who are between 15 and 35 years actively on our farmlands. When it comes to mining, that's extractive, what we have. It's not only gold that we have to be sharpening ourselves for. There are other forms of, that we need, that we can get, like kaolin. We can also look at salt. These are all lesser, minerals that we can go for. So I think if we do it well and we coached our youth well, they can look at these areas. Agriculture, it's a whole value chain. And so if we're going to go through the whole value chain with our young people, we're going to be engaging a lot of them, and they'll be skilled. So, at the end of the day, if you want to industrialize this country, these are the 3 major areas if Ghana takes serious interest in.
Let's go over them again.
Agriculture, extractives, and tourism. If you did proper planning with these 3 areas, we'll be there. It will actually be engaging our young people. Our local participation will be achieved. You don't bag cocoa and put them in sacks and take out there in large quantities. Add value to it. Plantain. People don't even know that you can get X from this and that, but add the value to it. Cashew. All the raw materials you have in this country. When I was growing up as a young man, in neighborhoods we saw blacksmiths. Where are they?
What happened to them? What happened to that skill set?
The industry died. And I'm hoping that this new gold board idea.
How did it die?
Because the blacksmiths were there and your gold was not coming to come and fix jewels. You're not changing. Some of them were not taking only the raw gold. Sometimes you even take your own ornament and you want it in another style. They reform it for you. And that's how come they got jobs in Adabraka and all the other places.
Do we still have those skills?
We do. We're training in tech.
Okay.
We're actually training in that field in tech, but we're just not giving them the opportunity. Now, Gold Board, under the Gold Board arrangement they have, we had a discussion with them. We saw their document, and it takes care of, refinery. Just getting people to do that craft work and add value to the raw gold that we're going to be getting from the Gold Board.
Mr. Kabutey Ocansey, help us visualize the country at Ghana as we have it right now. Help us visualize our industrial space.
Okay.
What do we see from your work as an advocate? It means that you do a lot of field work.
Right.
You engage with people. You have a lot of community engagements. Help us understand where the psyche of the Ghanaian is as far as moving things around economically looks like?
Well, the average Ghanaian had hope. Especially the young ones, they have hope. But it's actually that they need to emancipate. We need to emancipate their thinking from somebody engaging them to where they have to work hard and engage themselves. Again, even though we want them to engage themselves and work hard, you need to create the enabling environment for them.
Do you have the feeling, or do you have the observation that they are waiting for an outside force to make things happen for them?
It's not just them. That is sardonically. Sardonically, even government of Ghana, our experts. On a lighter note, I say our problem is a thinking problem. I'll tell you why. I mean, if you had Ghanaians discover something like any mineral, they actually would talk about foreign direct investment, and sometimes I get sick. I mean, when we discovered lithium recently, and then the whole discussion in the media landscape, including politicians, experts, it was about the foreign direct investment. And I get so angry when I hear that. I'm like, don't we have money in this country to start something for ourselves? I mean, and it's a cartel movement. Even amongst our CSO, there are people who actually play the game for people to think that, look, once you've gotten the mineral, there will be outsiders who come and invest in that area, which they call the foreign direct investors, to come and kick it up, and then but majority of them are thinking about local participation.
But we do have a lot of wealthy individuals, corporations, companies.
Hold it right there. If Nana Appiah Mensah could get people to bring their money under his calm of what men's gold, why can't anybody else with a good model get people to bring their money for anything good? That's the problem. We have a thinking problem in this country. We're not thinking right. If we thought right, we could do a lot of things. I mean, you have the minerals. And recently, under the Azuma agreement, where engineers and planners are trying to take up the Azuma place, and they were offering some bids and discussions around it.
Okay.
People were like, they were just not supporting engineers and planners, wondering whether they can take that dream up. Then I said, Ghanaians are not living in Ghana again. They're not listening on the ground. It's a thinking problem. Engineers and planners, majority of the big companies you are seeing mining gold in this country, it is EMP that is mining the gold for them, the minerals, cracking and picking for them. So
they have the capacity.
They got the capacity. So it's that we're not connected. Greed is killing our thinking. So just a few people want foreigners to come and do the game, and then they front for the foreigners, and the money leaves here. Most importantly, what I can tell you is that when it comes to the economy of Ghana, it should be one, skills capacity. Our labor force should be ready. Our labor forces should be connected to the curriculum we are running and training the young people with, the labor force. It should be connected to industry.
Okay.
And our industry should be connected to our raw materials. So all I'm saying is that we should create industries that have direct connections and can add value to our raw materials. So you pick gold. We have a system of industry that can run it through all to the end. You pick cocoa, there's an industry that runs it from the beans, in fact, from the planting, all through harvesting, all through drying, and processing it to the chocolate point. And at the chocolate point even, people who are going to create the wrappers, the marketers, everybody, it's a whole chain.
The ecosystem that surrounds the business.
Ghana
that gives us control,
country.
Right?
Ghana is not a poor country.
Tell me about it.
We are only but a poorly managed country. The biggest problem of this country is a thinking problem, with no apology. It's a thinking problem.
One would say that is the same across the continent.
No, some people are thinking.
Okay.
Don't share your problem with other people.
So tell me,
Rwanda has left you. They came out of a genocide and they've left you. Sit up and stop sharing your problem with people. People have left you.
I'm Ghana.
Yes. You have decided not to work. And in the next few days, to come to the months, to come to the years, if you don't stop these timid approaches, you will regret. I've said to people, if I were God, I would not add anything to Ghana again. You are too pampered. You want to count your minerals? You have gold, bauxite, lithium, add them. What don't you have? Just add them. Limestone, clay. What don't you have? Camelin. What don't you have? Add them. You have all these raw materials, and what do you want again? The only thing is a thinking problem. There are a few wicked people in this country who have decided that they will do old things to benefit alone. And if they had not thought like that and thought positively, would have all been okay.
So we have to change the way we think.
Yes. You're wondering where the problem is?
No, so we've been having this whole conversation about mindset shifts, changing the way we think. We've been having it for more than a decade now. Right. I had a guest earlier, weeks ago, who also, in the political sense, as a young politician.
You said people have been having the discussions.
I mean, Ghanaians.
Did you document your discussions?
A lot has been documented. Remember how we had the UNDP.
I love the way I love the way you fell for my trap. I like it.
Oh, I fell for a trap.
So you documented them, right?
Yeah.
You kept them on the shelf.
We had a 40-year development plan. Remember?
You are so much in the spirit. I'm loving you for this. So you do a 40-year development plan, which cannot even stand Kwame Nkrumah's 6-year development plan. Kwame Nkrumah do a 6-year development plan and put action to the plan.
Work.
He didn't complete the plan, and that gave you Tema, that gave you farms, that gave you industries, and your generation, you came up, you are selling it and putting churches in there. We have a thinking problem. With no apologies. I'm saying no apologies. We have a thinking problem as a country. It is only in this country that we educated people to be doctors, professors, and they failed us. When my mom and my father and the rest...
Ocansey, how do we fix that thinking problem?
How do you fix the problem? You fix the problem by action, having an actionable plan, not by allowing two political parties to use their manifesto to govern your country and make things for you. The problem was where you mentioned just now. The big thing and the big deal is to have a national development plan. By this, when we have the national development plan, all the political parties must pick from the national development plan and fix their manifesto.
You are a change agent. There are lots of other change agents out there. You're talking about how we don't have to let the political elite, and that's also, I mean, specifically the two parties that have been governing Ghana for a while now, the NDC and the MPP. You're talking about how we don't have to let them micromanage governance and micromanage development and feed us crumbs. You've been talking about such throughout this conversation. Now, these change agents like yourself and other change agents, a lot of them complain about the hiccups and the hindrances they faced when they try to push forward the change they hope to see us walk in.
That's not a relevant point. That's not a relevant point. Let me tell you what. Your great-grandfather and your grandmother, they were living under colonial masters who were wielding guns. Even them, they were able to fight for the freedom you enjoy today. Others labored and you shared their glory. They faced guns. Sergeant Jete, Corporal Tipo, Nicob Naboni and the rest. They revolted against guns. Who are you revolting against? Your own fellow Ghanaians? When we said we didn't want the parliamentary chamber, we said drop that chamber. Did they build the chamber? That Ghanaians don't even know the power they have. And all those people who have been talking and talking, I'm telling them, if Sergeant Jete didn't give up and walked till he was shot, if Nicob Naboni can mobilize against the colonial master who had guns, you have no excuse to complain.
I'm interested.
We only need consistency, a good plan, and then make sure that we engage the politicians and let them know what we want. Okay.
I'm interested in your small world as an advocate and as a leader of mobilization, Revenue Mobilization Africa. I want to know, what are some of the strides you have made in your own corner?
Let me start with you, the woman, your point.
Okay.
Let me come to your corner. I talk about free taxes from sanitary parts. Okay? When we engaged the former Minister of Finance and his team, when I mentioned that he was asking Honorable Abena what was actually the sanitary pad, and she said, "Oh, a manifesto," and then he smiled about it. Good thing is that they described it, but I came back with a proposition that it should be locally manufactured pads.
Okay.
So take taxes off the locally manufactured pads. So again, you see, that's my industrialization drive. So we get the local parties that are producing to hike their production and get support. Again, when it comes to the issues of excise taxation, I lobbied that, look, people were taking the same products. The same products are the products that actually cause mess by giving a shootout of non-communicable diseases. So like the kidney problem, heart problems, just because of consumption of tobacco, alcohol, and sugar-sweetened beverages. So we said, place excise taxes on them. It will control consumption, 1. 2, it will provide a backup money that you will use to manage these non-communicable diseases when they come up from consuming these products. Again, we just thought that, look, it's actually going to be some buffer money that will sit down for us to get some, money to regulate these products. So yes, back and forth, industry made their arguments. At the end of the day, we got success from it. I partnered Vision for Alternative Development, VAL. Okay. And then we all went through with FDA and the rest.
And we can trace all these back to you.
Records exist. I mean, we did it in teamwork. In NGO, what we did was, we usually would do is coalition building. Okay. We all come together and hit something down, like e-levy. We started the argument. No, it's not going to work. Back and forth, but we hit it down. I mean, when this government took over, they scrapped it. Again, something, for example, like the COVID levy, I stood at a different angle. I thought, yes, it's outlive its purpose, one side of it, but let's rename it and use it for some other things, so can you get the money and pack it up. The same excise taxation, we called that earmarking. Earmark some of the money that has come from these sin taxes and ensure that whatever has been earmarked will handle the diseases that come from it. So you had Mama Cares, like, Ghana Medical Trust Fund.
Yeah.
That's one of the campaigns that we made, and then it has happened. So that's why I always say that, look, it will not come in a day. Right to information bill, it took about 10 to 15 years. I mean, consistent pressure on it. That's how it works with advocacy. There are some advocacy, you build a coalition, one shot and it works, like Drop That Chamber. Okay. It was just a few hours. 48 hours, bam, Parliament didn't touch it again. Okay. So it works sometimes in a very brief. There are short-term results, you get it right there.
Other times and you have to hold the campaign a bit further.
Hold it on, exactly. Like women participation in politics. I'm a feminist, like you said, but I've never believed in affirmative action. Many years ago, I sat on a platform with Dr. Ofe, and I disagreed. And people were like, but you're a feminist, why are you disagreeing? I said, no, there are some things that will fight them. So if you lift them respectfully, I mean, you pick them and put them there, those things will suck them out. What were the things? Violence in politics. Would you want to be at a place where they are counting votes and people are shooting up in the air?
We've had that recently.
Would you want to be there?
No, I wouldn't.
That's one of the issues.
No one would want to be there, male or female.
Somebody would want to be there. You like sharing problems. No, take your problems. Some people are violent. So that's what they want. Okay. They believe in tagri. Look, when we are counting the votes, Charlie, I hope going to get trouble. That's how they approach it. Okay. That's how they want it. Hey, that's what they want. Okay. But that's why the laws exist. And you have to nip those ones in the bud and ensure you create a level playing field. That's why we always talk about equity, not equality. Okay? Don't just come here and put the boxes there and say everybody should climb it. Once I'm taller than you, it will be a situation of putting the giraffe and the goat on the same platform. The goat will be there, the giraffe will be there, but the same platform, but they will jump up. One will jump up after the other. So I told them the next thing is violence, language, and the monetization of politics. Would you sell all your machines here and go and contest an election?
You never know.
No, I'm just saying for you, a female, how many of you would do it? Go and do your test out there. Majority of the women won't do it. They ain't doing it. My mama ain't doing it. My sister ain't doing it.
Why?
They won't do it.
Why?
They are very careful. Yes, meticulous.
So that is why you think the affirmative action bill is not one that's...
Groom the woman. They are very smart creatures. They just don't like dirty. And you have created a dirty political system. That's why you're blocking many of them out. So if you remove the monocracy, you remove the violence, the corruption. I'm not saying women are not corrupt, but if you levelly manage them, you will see a lot of women jumping in, because that is the barriers that the men have put there to push the women out. They are very violent. They are name calling. How many women want to be called prostitutes? How many women
once you are in
want
there,
to be flanked with issues that are not true? So these are, they deliberately do these ones to put my women out of the game.
You think so?
It is. I know so. I don't think so. I know so. Monetization of politics will keep a lot of women out there. And that's the problem. If you don't check those ones, they'll be there every day. And the women will also be out every day. Have you
Let's
noticed
talk about
that,
jobs. Let's
right,
move on and talk about jobs. Ghana, as we have it right now,
right,
do you think that we have a landscape that is enabling to young people, not just young people, but do we have a massive or just a good enabling employment structure, jobs, space where people can easily get themselves on something to do?
Young people get their jobs, but because sometimes they are not guided, I even ended up calling some of the young people unemployable youth. They come to this area, they are working here, in just 3 months, they move to another place they want to go and work. And then when you investigate and ask them questions, the salary difference is just about 100 cities. And they've not even considered the distance. I had a few of those cases that I started laughing about it. You know, so you need to guide them. There's job opportunities in this country, but I want to believe you wanted to look at the career path.
Not necessarily at this point. I mean, we could
job?
talk about, do we have the
Jobs.
opportunities
The
for
job-
employment?
There are job opportunities. There are. But if you don't make it a career path, and you just want it to be a job opportunity, then they can just go in there, get job, do job, get money, and chop job money.
Entrepreneurs.
Good.
Let's talk about them.
With that one, it's a very nice area. You want to prop them up, give them some skill, or maybe they will use their own skill that they have gotten from the informal sector, but they need some few things, like the incubator system I told you about, to help them up. But you need to properly target it. Do not go and get 20 girls from Makola who are Kayaye, and you teach them hairdressing, you want to take them back to the north. With the greatest respect, how many people are going to fix their hair in their village? So you've given them the skill, but the skill can't be used anywhere. And your idea was to take them back to their village. Proper targeting is the key.
You seem to have a problem with how we handle things around this place. I mean, in the country.
We're doing our best. Our best is enough, but we can do better. The greedy few are making sure that they bring us back. Corruption is at the bane of our problem. You're running a project, and then somebody steals from the project. So the very people to benefit from the project are not benefiting again. A lot of them sit home while somebody chops the money. You heard about the National Service brouhaha and the ghost names. Meanwhile, somebody is leaving. The are being asked to come from Sandama or let's say Adama village to go and validate because they are told that there's a mishap with their payment arrangement.
On that,
Yet
what have the
names.
auditors been doing all the while this was going on? They
were sleeping on the job, and I have not taken the excuse for granted. The excuse that they go like, well, it's an abnormality. No, surcharge them. When you surcharge them for a few times, it will stop. When there's a jump of figures, and you charge inclusive the auditors, internal auditors, the whole problem will stop. You remember when mommy came home and then your brother or your sister had eaten and left the bowl in the hall on the ground? First action, all three of you whipped before the one who did it to get an extra whip.
I didn't experience that.
Well, I grew up from such a system.
Okay.
And so when the mess is caused, everybody gets a whip.
Okay.
So it got to a time when we got there and saw that somebody has caused the mess, we fixed the mess and reported that person.
Yeah. So we all don't get. So there should be deterrent actions against people who sleep on
You
their
have to
job.
make the punitive action very deep and painful, with pain, so that the next people who are watching.
The way you said with pain.
Yeah. if I got this country for 6 months, everybody will sit up.
Really?
Even my own wife will sit up.
You should run for president then.
No, I can't be president for now, because a lot of Ghanaians will run away.
Do you have such ambitions?
I don't, because I want to just be a friend of a president who will listen to me. You see, if there was a Magufuli for Tanzania, there would be a Kwesi or Kwame coming for Ghana, and his job is so easy.
The Magafulis get taken out, don't they?
Worry. If that is what you are scared of, then give it to me for 6 months and kill me. Because at the end of the day, I'll die anyway. But posterity will remember me for 6 months of, that's what President Rawlings once said, that if you he wanted to ask for us all to set a system that even if you make Satan the president, he will not be able to do things his way. That is how to fix a system. In America and Europe, they are not saints, make no mistake. They also every day want to misbehave just like you and I here. Just that the systems will catch you and the system will squeeze you. That's why they don't do it over there. They know that the systems will catch up with them.
So do you have a problem with our systems?
Oh yes, of course. I mean, we are running, when it comes to monitoring and effectively taking action to get people to do the right thing, I think I'll give Ghana like 40%.
Oh, really?
In fact, it's abysmal. The chronism, the familiarity, it's all dirty. Oh, come on. Watch this Galamsey thing. You see what's happening? I mean, what sort of temerity? The idiocy, no respect for law, to carry stone, broad daylight, and throw at security vehicles that were escaping. Do you guys know where we are going? Maybe heaven knows, but maybe you don't know. I think.
I like the way you embody Ghana with me. I mean, I'm like, she's just Ghana, man.
We're sitting on a time bomb. What do you want to see again? What do you want to see? The president's own team, the Namos, went out there and they were hijacked and held hostage. The impunity, the level of disrespect, gross disrespect. And who else? If the president's own team can be hijacked like that, you think you are safe? Or myself, son of a poor Bankusela, I can go and handle them with what? The Bunkuta.
No, you talked about how some people were able to fight and all that in the face of gun. I mean, stones. They fought
against the enemy. They didn't fight against those who were bringing the laws that will guide us to success land. They fought against Major Emery, who was stealing our gold. They fought against the Queen's people, who were stealing from us. Have you heard about the reparation campaign that the president of Ghana is even leading and getting other people that they stole from us? Those who stole from us? Yes, that's what we are talking about. They stole our artifacts that we could have had in our museums today to generate money. They stole all that.
So here is the case where others are stealing from us now, as far as Galamsey is concerned, and even we are involved in this theft.
Who stole from you?
Ghanaians are involved.
Who stole from you?
In this theft.
No, somebody stole what from you?
So listen, we have this Galamsey going on. Our gold.
Right.
Before the gold board was formed to regularize the sector, the mining sector, and ensure that we had our gold passing through that system. Before that, we had it leaving the shores of Ghana without it passing through the appropriate systems.
And
do you understand?
It's still
and those who took it out of our shores, out of our jurisdiction, were helped by Ghanaians.
It's true.
So we are stealing from ourselves.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, you mean the enablers? Okay.
Yes. Because, I mean, if you enable a foreigner, if you enable a Chinese for some coins, you are part of it.
I can even help you with data in 2018 where in the books of the United Arab Emirates, UAE, gold that left Ghana to them in their books was $7 billion. In the books of Ghana, we had recorded $2 billion. So somebody was so boldened to steal from here and run away. But when he got there, he knew that if you try anything bad over there, you lose your head.
Yeah.
So that's why, you see what I told you about our weak systems? That's another revelation of our weak systems. I mean, long and short of it is that the day we have a leader who will be determined to wipe and chew corruption.
Don't we have that leader now in President John Dramani Mahama?
He's doing his best.
Many have high hopes in his leadership. And
he started something good. He started the oral and they're prosecuting people. My only call on him is for him to actually recoup the monies. The Attorney General is doing good. I clap for him when he tells me about all the people who have stolen from us. But I want them to accelerate the pace with gross alacrity. You start, I mean, if somebody stole phone from Circuit, what do? We grab the person and then sometimes instant justice or maybe take him to the police station, and in 6 months they are in jail. It's been 8 months and we are having a list of people who have taken A, B, C, D. I think it's enough of the talking. The action be the thing. You know, people have stolen our monies. The National Service Secretariat one. I mean, ghost names, who generated them? Somebody worked with the machine. I don't want, you see, jailing is okay, but jailing is not what I want.
What do you want?
I want my money.
Okay.
Recoup my money. Hello?
Take it back from who stole
If
it.
the guy who works for you in your house stole your phone and your jewelry, all you want is for the guy to go to jail.
Has that not been spent in other forms and shared?
Never mind. If the guy owns a Benz car, we sell that Benz car. That's all I'm saying, my dear. So at the end of the day, you tell the police, yes, what car? And they'll impound the car. Same guy has a house. Let's impound it. At least recoup some of it. And where in another system he has made more, you can recoup more than that. Elsewhere, if you flout the rules and you play the game against tax of 1,000 cedis, they will take about 5,000 cedis from you. You've been hearing they do it to the footballers and things, the celebrities. Yeah. You try to avoid or even evade taxes, and they grab you, you regret it. So that's the leader we want. I mean, like you've already said, I mean, you've seen some Mama initiatives that are going against corruption, grabbing. I mean, there's one positive you can't take away from them. It's been about 9 months now.
Since they took office.
And then I've not heard any big scandal yet.
Okay.
You know, so, well, 2 things you have to know. If it doesn't happen on the cameras, be careful anyway. Is it the case that the security man is compromised and things are living smoothly? Or indeed, the security man is working and nothing is passing there? So that's the food for thought. But on the face of the book, right now as we speak, we've not had any big scandal. And that's good news anyway. But it means that you should double your alertness. That's what I think. But I think on the overall, they are doing their best.
Okay.
For me, an anti-corruption campaigner, I think it's good. Revenue-wise, I've seen them collecting well. They should up their game. For the young people and the job, I think you've heard Big Push, you've heard all these initiatives.
The apprenticeship and all that.
You and I, as citizens, need to do what Rawlings taught us, that we should keep our eye on the ball and watch. If we monitor and ensure that they are doing all these, I think young people get job, adults in the game, everybody's working, education is sound. In this country, Ghana, my last thing I can tell you for now is Ghana is not a poor country. We are only but a poorly managed country. To start with, areas I have for us to eat Ghana is EAT, let's eat from Ghana. Extractives, the gold, diamond, whatever minerals that God gave to us, right from digging the gold to adding value to it, let us be present. And
let's have a control.
And government
over
should be 40% involved in that. That lazy sitting back and taking tax is uncalled for. They should jump in there and be part of a system. And then when you go to agriculture, when I say agriculture, I'm not talking about Eja Koku, and with all due respect to our farmers today, you see, the best farmer in Ghana, when I went to Kenya, when I look at the hectare the best farmer in Ghana is doing, then I was like, we lost it. It's a drive. In Kenya, it's a drive. So you drive from like the whole stretch of the motorway, left, right, somebody's farm. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Big scale.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's it. That's what we're doing. And
I'd
when you have
love to
harvested,
see
add
you.
value all through.
I'd love to see you beyond what's it called, advocacy. I'd love to see you even get your hands dirty as well. Dirty in the sense that in the farmlands and doing something practical. I'm sure you're already doing some other practical.
If I got the laxity, for now we have to be fighting them. If we leave the fight and we go there, when we come back, they would have finished that.
But we can do that simultaneously.
It will be dangerous. It will be dangerous. There are some people even in the advocacy
What's
field
the
right
danger
now.
in
The
it?
danger is that there are some people in the advocacy field who are not ready to talk. They can't say it. They're scared now. They don't want to talk. A few of us, look, it will take just one bullet and I'll be gone. But let me do this work. Let me say it. I mean, somebody said it and I gained freedom. And now I work as a Ghanaian in my country. Nobody can bully me. That's what I want us to do. Let's do the next one. Okay. And then the last one is tourism.
Okay.
Look, for tourism, I cry and cringe. I get worried. Egypt thrives on tourism. During Corona, the economy of Egypt nearly collapsed. What's it all about? It's about coming and seeing. Why are you destroying the forest? Somebody will come and, you see, when you go up north, all the parks there, you go and see the elephants there. They don't even allow you to feed the elephant. The elephants will have to feed in the wild. When they finish feeding, somebody will come and watch them and give you money. I've told you our problem is a thinking problem. Booty Falls, were you the one who fetch the water and pour it there? Willie Falls, do you fetch the water and go and pour it there? Somebody's coming to watch it and give you money. What is wrong with you? It's a thinking problem. We don't think. I'm saying this with no apology. I will not apologize for this one. When I was growing up, the Peshi, every morning I crossed the Peshi. The beauty was I saw these men with their nets, they cast it like that. It was blue clean water, beautiful water entering the sea, the idiocy.
Let's watch our language.
No. There is no apology. In the Bible, there's foolish. Have you seen the word in the Bible? Foolish. If you're foolish, you're foolish. If you're an idiot, you're an idiot. Something God gave to you, you fetch fish and chop for free. You decide to block it and kill it. And then come and ask government for food. Are you okay? The Kole Lagoon, there were fishes in there. My sister.
So we've moved on from government involving us to what we all can also do to make things better, right?
Listen, there's a leaf in the Ghana forest, a champon grass or whatever they call it. It's a champon leaf. Something cuts you. You don't pass it through any machine. You put it there, the blood cuts. We have everything. Don't let anybody, it's mental slavery. It's mental slavery. Free yourself from that cage.
I like
we
what
had
you
everything.
Just, the example
We've thrown
you
it
just
away
made.
and want the white one.
Sure, Mr. Kabutey. It's okay. The passions,
What's the big deal?
We love it, but let's calm down and then
tourism.
talk about this.
About
yes,
tourism.
properly. Yes.
Look, there's a forest. They'll come and watch it and give you money free. There's a river body. You fetch and do agriculture.
You just put a narrative around it, a story around the body, and then
they'll come and watch it. Narrative. When their forefathers were living, they told them how beautiful this place was. Some of them were also smuggled from here, so they wanted to come home. They give you money when they come and see all these. You are destroying it. That you want gold from that water. And then you destroy the beauty of the forest. How do you get all these things back? What we are destroying, it will take decades for it to reform itself. But if you leave it like that, I think my last point I'll tell you is for us to take good care of the voter side of a country, where they have been so disciplined, they've not touched the forests over there. There are very good gold deposits there, but the chief said, we'll keep this one for the next generation. Our forests are beautiful, our water is okay, we love it this way.
The Volta region, you mean?
Yes.
Oh.
There are large deposits of gold there.
Okay.
Yes. But they've been disciplined. They also want money from like anybody else. But they've been disciplined. Why can't they cut their trees for timber? But they left it there. And people, we need to quickly tap the tourism potential there and send people there to go and watch the forest, watch the waterfalls, and make money from it. That's why Ghana can grow. Extractives, agriculture and tourism. If you have the money from there, adding the value chain full force, we'll get to employ people from outside Ghana. And this is not from my mouth. I rapported for the ILO over time.
Okay.
And so I got all this information, how tourism can help this country, how agriculture adding value can help us. So yes.
ILO being the International Labour Organization. Yeah.
They've supported projects here, I've been rapporting for them, and I got some of these informations that I followed up, and it worked for me. So if you want to know, Agric is there for you. Tourism is there for you. I've told you, you are not the person who put the water there for Huli water to fall. Neither did you do it for Kintampo waterfall.
You just have to keep it and maintain it and protect it.
How difficult is that? Someone will come and watch it. He won't fed the water away. He'll give you money.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Geoffrey Kabutey Ocansey. In fact, we are going to have many more conversations in the future. I didn't even think that it was possible to have a conversation on this podcast fired up the way you brought it, but the passion with which you spoke, your concerns that you shared with us. I know we went into all sorts of areas, and our listeners will and
but I love
viewers
the way
will put it all together.
You preferred for us to be nice to people. Yeah. Don't worry, next time.
Just cute people sitting and having the conversation.
No, next time we'll have a nice conversation about that. Maybe we'll choose another topic and then you see the other side of me. We'll just the ones that will bring the Gen Z.
No,
one.
but this is good also.
Maybe we'll talk about the nightlife where maybe we have to go Soho Bar and then maybe from Soho Bar we touch bases. Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Now we are rolling in town. No, that's what. Oh no, entertainment is part of life.
Well, yeah.
You need to have to. Maybe we're balling. When we're balling, it's okay. But after balling, we need to know that tomorrow morning we have to eat. So I'll ask you, Charlie, how much of your money left?
And you have to do it aggressively.
Yeah.
I like you.
We need money. We need money to make life happen.
Yeah.
And so if somebody is joking with somebody's generation, you need to know it. All these things, these beautiful things you are seeing, we need money to make the things happen.
Yeah.
All these young people who are behind these cameras doing this wonderful work, we can also, like we have agreed right now, they'll go to Huli waterfalls, take videos of it, and people will get to know and see things and want to come here.
Yeah.
That's another form of employment.
Yeah.
But if you have destroyed the forest, what would they go and take?
Sure.
We'll take a picture of a destroyed forest, and then people come and watch our destroyed forest, and we'll import water.
Yeah. All right, Geoffrey, please, we won't import water. It won't get to that point.
No, we are already importing water.
We are, I mean, in that sense, we don't have to import water to fill our water bodies.
No, but those who are destroying the River Pra and the rest, they are drinking imported water. Are you aware?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they are importing water and drinking, and they are poisoning the water you and I will drink with mercury and cyanide. Yes. Yeah. So
we will have a whole session. Let's have a whole session.
You see that water you're calling
Galamsey.
pure water? You know there are deposits of metal in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so enjoy while we all die with that one.
We won't all die.
Sorry.
Things are changing.
We've lost some of our life with it.
This conversation, for instance, we are having is to ensure that we collaborate as a collective to make things turn around.
Yes.
You know, so I'm glad that you are here to have the conversation.
You keep the dream. I have it with you. But I'll keep the action. Dreams don't work when you don't put
We will
action.
both put in both dreams and action. All the
But
fans.
you are so nice about it.
All right, so that's Geoffrey Kabutey Ocansey. As I mentioned, he is the CEO of Revenue Mobilization Africa. He has been an advocate from forever, a communication specialist. He started his career off in that sense and then has delved into all kinds of areas. This conversation was quite fired up. I'm not sure that our viewers, I'm not sure you have had such an experience on this show, but it would get a bit fired up for a lot of other conversations that we're having, because as far as we are talking about making changes in our continent, on this continent, in our country, in our communities, some passion will be applied, some work will be applied, and we will all, as a people, as a body, find our way out of what he would call a mess that we are in. So yes, this has been a good and wonderful episode of Oil Fields of Alkebulan. I was happy to have Geoffrey Kabutey Ocansey in the studio. See you in 2 weeks.